I'm Dr. Claire Nelson. I'm the co-founder and chief technology officer of Cella, and we are a carbon storage technology startup. So we have a problem with carbon. The climate problem is fundamentally a carbon problem. We have trillions of tons of CO2 in the atmosphere and more going in that needs to be put somewhere else. So I think of this as a carbon storage problem. Thanks to Nishad, you already know my acronyms here, but carbon storage, which means storing CO2 underground in rocks, is critical, both for emissions reductions via point source capture and storage, so diverting carbon from the atmosphere from an emission source and putting it underground, as well as for carbon dioxide removals, which I think you'll learn a lot about today. While geologic carbon storage is a relatively mature technology, we are simply nowhere near the billions of tons per year that we will need to meet our climate goals. In fact, geologic carbon storage is emerging as a critical bottleneck. Storage needs to grow 30x in the next 7 years alone, and the development of new storage sites lags distinctly behind those for capture. So current methods of geologic storage come from the oil and gas industry, and this involves injecting gaseous CO2 underground, mainly into old oil and gas reservoirs. So there's a couple limitations with traditional approaches to geologic storage, one of which simply is real estate. This map shows in the tan/peach color traditional storage resources characteristic of oil and gas producing reservoirs. So we know intuitively that not everywhere has oil and gas. So without new innovations in the storage space, not everywhere will have access to storage. And this means it will be prohibitively expensive to deploy CCS and CDR technologies in large parts of the globe. The second limitation with traditional storage is that CO2 is injected as a gas underground, and it's trapped under there by physical structures or low permeability cap rocks that physically seal it underground. This means that the majority of CO2, shown in the blue and gray here, remains as a gas for thousands or tens of thousands of years. So Nishad also mentioned permanence being about 1,000 years. So this means your timeline of monitoring is extraordinarily long. You need to monitor for hundreds of years, even after you close your injection site and stop producing revenue from selling carbon credits. And NETL, which is the National Energy Tech Laboratory, estimates that 71% of carbon storage costs actually comes from post-injection site closure and monitoring. And third, injecting a gas underground, which is buoyant, inherently poses some leakage risk. While there hasn't been any issues to date, and this is a very safe approach so far, this gives rise to public acceptance issues, which could delay project deployment. So, at Cella, we circumvent these limitations by innovating a way to store CO2 into volcanic rocks, an entirely new rock type. These rocks are special because they have silicate minerals which chemically react with CO2 and actually convert the carbon from a gas into a stone. So captured carbon simply pumped underground into volcanic rocks, and it reacts to rocks and turns to stone. So this offers the most durable and secure form of carbon storage, and it's also verifiable in real time using geochemical techniques. Our innovations at Cella have increased efficiency, lowered water use, and cut costs compared to existing methods of mineralization. Additionally, we unlock new geographies for carbon storage. So here in the purple and green are volcanic rocks. It's the most common rock on the Earth's surface because the entire ocean floor is made up of this rock type. So this enables deployment of CCS and CDR in large parts of the globe that currently don't have access to storage and would lead to high transport costs. Don't think I need to tell you all this, but the market opportunity to solve this challenge is huge, and the voluntary market alone is expected to grow at least 50 billion tons by the end of the decade. And the voluntary market, people who buy high-quality carbon dioxide removals, have demonstrated a preference for mineral storage compared to other techniques. So being a storage-only company, we can target both carbon removals markets as well as point source capture and storage markets. And simply our business model is we sell storage and verification services to direct air capture companies or emitters for a per ton fixed fee. And DAC companies can in turn sell removals to buyers at a premium, or emitters can claim tax credits. We already have 1.6 million in revenue from our first project from leading corporate buyers. So just at a glance, we're a seed stage company, barely 2 years old, and we raised a seed round last year that is funding our demonstration pilot. We've already made rapid progress on our initial milestones, and our pilot site is currently under construction, and we're on track to inject CO2 into basalts in August, which will be the third injection of CO2 into basalts ever. So our team comprises world-leading experts on this technology, including our scientific advisors who have led all of the pilot projects on mineralization to date and have over 70 years of combined experience on carbon storage in basalt. So I think my time is up now, but thank you for listening, and please get in contact with me if you're interested.